of ED custody. Arvind Kejriwal will continue to remain in ED custody. He's received a setback. The court has remanded him to 6 days of ED custody. He will be with the ED till the 28th of March. Till the 28th of March. So 6 more days in ED custody. It's a big setback for Arvind Kejriwal. Aishwarya is also joining me live. It's a big setback, Aishwarya. We were tracking that hearing live. All of those arguments have not worked in his favor.
This is official.
Legal setback for him.
ED gets a 7-day custody of the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. And the big question is this, Niranjan, that will the Delhi government now run from the prison? Because this is going to become a constitutional crisis, viewers. And this is now, which has just come in. ED sought a 10-day custody. They have been granted a 7-day custody till 28th of March. So the festival of Holi for Arvind Kejriwal, he has to celebrate it from behind bars. But more importantly, there is going to be a constitutional crisis, Niranjan. If he does not resign, then either he has to be removed or replaced, because you cannot have a chief minister running a government from behind bars. It is just not there. The constitution does not allow. You cannot hold meetings, you cannot hold briefings, you cannot meet either your officers or your ministers. So very clearly you cannot run a government, a whole state government. And this is something which the Aam Aadmi Party really needs to understand. But at this point of time, once again, breaking news coming in, 7-day custody has been granted to the Enforcement Directorate of Arvind Kejriwal. So he'll be with the ED, in the ED custody till the 28th of March. Back to you in the studio, Niranjan.
Thank you for that, Aishwarya. Getting in some more breaking news right now. After all the arguments put forth by Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior advocate in the Supreme Court, Arvind Kejriwal's lawyer, argued that there was no need for the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. The court has deemed it fit that he remains in 6 days of ED custody. The Enforcement Directorate had argued, saying that they need Arvind Kejriwal. They need Arvind Kejriwal in custody to question him because he was being evasive, he was not being truthful with the facts. He was trying to halt and stall the questions and the facts in the case. Let me go across to Rakshita as well. Rakshita, a big setback to him. Huge setback.
Absolutely, big update coming in, Niranjan. It's a big setback for Arvind Kejriwal. He has been sent to the ED custody for till the 28th of March. That is a 6-day custody. And of course, the ED was seeking, as per reports, that they wanted 10-day custody, 10-day remand for Arvind Kejriwal, but it has been granted 6-day custody. Now, of course, the question remains how Arvind Kejriwal runs the government. Remember, he's not convicted yet. So he can, of course, if you talk about the constitutionality, he can in fact run the government, but we have to see if at all that is what the party decides. Remember, the top brass is behind the bars. Arvind Kejriwal will be coming in here at the ED office any time from now. Heavy security deployment is already in place, and we've seen after the court reserved disorder, there was more movement as far as the security personnel are concerned. There is heavy security deployment, and as we expect Arvind Kejriwal to come here now, because he will stay in ED custody. He spent the night here at the ED headquarters in the national capital, where we are reporting from. And now for 6 more days, Niranjan, because ED custody is something that you cannot get a bail from. That happens later on when you approach the court and you have judicial custody. And also remember, this is a PMLA case, so the onus of proof is on Arvind Kejriwal. So it's very difficult for Arvind Kejriwal to even find a wiggle room from here. We saw the lengthy conversation, the lengthy arguments that happened in the court today, and there were, of course, allegations made by the ED saying that there is enough proof, there's sufficient proof to say that Arvind Kejriwal was indeed the kingpin, that he indeed was the main conspirator in this case. Remember, K. Kavita also got no reprieve today. She got no reprieve from the court today. And that, of course, also was quite a hint. Of course, he's the sitting chief minister. And we have to see now what happens next. The trouble mounting in for Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, ahead of Lok Sabha elections, we have to wait and watch what happens, how the party's day-to-day affairs are run, how it can actually spell disaster for the entire party also.
All right, we're getting in some more breaking. I think we're getting in some pictures from outside the courtroom. I'm just cutting across to those pictures of Arvind Kejriwal leaving the court. If I'm not wrong, those are pictures of Arvind Kejriwal leaving the court after the hearing has concluded. Arvind Kejriwal there. Let's see if there's an audio to that. Let's see if there's any audio. Arvind Kejriwal is quoted as saying that his entire life is dedicated to the nation when he came to the courtroom. And Arvind Kejriwal has been sent to custody. Those are images of him smiling. I can see him smiling there as he leaves the courtroom after he's been remanded to 6 days of ED custody. He will continue to remain in ED custody. The Enforcement Directorate put out a very, very fierce argument breaking down the details of his alleged role in the liquor scam. They called him a kingpin. They called him the conspirator, saying that he was aware of the entire conspiracy. And this is a big setback to him. The entire grounds of his argument was on whether the arrest was required at all. And the court has allowed him to remain in custody, which means the court is convinced with the ED argument that there is a need for his custody with the Enforcement Directorate. And he will remain in custody till the 28th of March at 2 p.m. is the next hearing. 28th of March, 2 p.m. is the next hearing. And let me see if I have Shawan also joining us live. Rakshita is live with us. And we have a few panelists also joining us on the debate. We'll go across to them as well. And just to tell our viewers that Arvind Kejriwal was quoted as saying that he will dedicate his life to the nation, that his entire life is dedicated to the nation. There are more pictures coming in of the convoy leaving the Delhi court, which has granted him sent him to 6 days of ED custody. And I'm getting in some more breaking news updates of the details of what the court has felt. In fact, I'm waiting for the detailed judgment. We should be able to get that anytime now. But the Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju told the Rouse Avenue Court in the national capital that Arvind Kejriwal, they used the word kingpin, calling him the kingpin, the main conspirator, and that he was directly involved in the implementation of the liquor policy. So it's very, very bad news for the Aam Aadmi Party. The Supreme Leader will continue to remain in custody.